This pandemic began, we were not sure how it spread. Everyone began wearing masks and using hand sanitizers. Great ways to slow the spread, but a lot of people still get sick. I can personally attest to that. We now know that COVID-19 spreads via aerosols and droplets from the nose and mouth, and I've been thinking about this for a while. Why aren't we also sanitizing the nose and mouth, killing the virus directly at the place where it spreads? Why weren't more doctors thinking about this? Well, some doctors have done the research. Wish I discovered it sooner. That's why I'm excited to tell you about Halidine. It's an FDA-registered antiseptic for the nose and mouth that's proven to eliminate 99.99% of the virus that causes COVID-19 in just 15 seconds. That's right. It's created by a team of clinicians with decades of experience in antiviral treatments, initially created to protect healthcare workers. These are smart scientists, and it's a great product that also eliminates many other viruses and infecting particles. I'm using both their nasal antiseptic swab and their oral spray to help protect those around me, and you should be too. For others and for yourself. Whether you're hopping on a 3-hour flight, always use it there, visiting grandparents, or attending a meeting that you can't miss, Halidine's family of oral and nasal antiseptics give you the safe, easy, on-the-go antiviral protection for up to 4 hours. I encourage you to try Halidine at halidine.com today. My listeners get 10% off with the discount code Dr. Drew. That is HALODINE.com, discount code DRDREW. So obvious. It just makes sense. Stop the virus before it spreads and gets in your body with Halidine. Do you need this?
Hey everyone, it's a dose of Dr. Drew.
There's a terrible echo. Really bad echo. Are you guys hearing the same echo I'm hearing? I gotta just pull my earphones off.
No, you don't need earphones. Why do you need earphones?
Are you guys hearing an echo? Let's see.
No, there's no echo. It's just, don't worry about it.
No echo. Good. Excellent. And they hear me loud and clear. Sounds perfect. I love that. We're watching the restream today, and Paulina, my daughter, is here with us. Is she in the picture?
We're gonna give it a sec while I get this set.
I like how you sign this. It looks a little, looks like,
chaotic.
No, who's the guy that does Peanuts?
Oh,
Charles Schultz.
I'll take it.
Looks a little Charles Schultzy. So, am I allowed to bring Paulina into the conversation?
Okay, scoot over to your right a little bit, Paulina.
Okay.
I come, they say, bring yourself.
And you brought it.
And I brought
so what
it.
Paulina and I are doing is we are signing.
Let's focus on the restream right now first, okay?
All right. Well, just so you guys understand what we're doing, we're assigning signature plates. Paulina and I have a book coming out together, top secret, everybody, in a few months. So hold off. Let's look at the restream here.
Yeah, this is.
So she and I are going to we have to get 1,000 plates signed. So we're going to, hopefully we sign 1,000. Hopefully we sell 1,000 books.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So, all right. Andrew Ashkazvili wants us all to go with him and Dr. Yo and Dr. Patterson to Las Vegas for a big party. We'll call it Long Haul or PACS Vegas.
Okay.
What do you guys think of that? Oh, my volume is low compared to Paulina. Okay, how about this? Oh, that's nice. So here's my question. I just forgot what my question was. Oh, what do you guys think of the PASC moniker now? That long hauler COVID is now called post-acute sequelae COVID.
I would never remember that.
PACS. Do you guys think?
How do you spell that?
Sounds like a
PACS. It's just PACS. And it sounds like an STD, Susan says. So it sounds like PCOS, right? Which is like polycystic ovarian disease syndrome. But this is PACS, which is post-acute, PASC, post-acute sequelae COVID. And I don't like it. Long hauler was much more simple, much more easy to remember. And as it is, you see me struggling with PASC versus PACS all the time. And I don't know. I just think that making things more complicated than they need to be. Once people are already using a certain acronym, why change it? Is my sort of feeling. Well, what are you guys thinking on the restream here? Look, this is where you
People are saying hi to me.
Yes, they are. Glad they finally formalized a name, Ray is saying. So, okay. I think if you say long haulers, it's not like people aren't going to understand what you're talking about. Here's Sham Hamasak says it sounds like Petroleum Accountants Society of Canada, which I'm sure there's an organization. except it's PASC. Yeah, Dr. Fauci yesterday called it a new thing, PACS. We're watching the restream here. Okay. So let me pull up some data today. So Paulina, here's the whole.
Sorry, I'm just.
Here's the
Okay,
outbreak.
one side, I'm gonna put up the comments.
Here's the California. Here's what happened in California. This is where we were in total lockdown. Here's where we locked down again, and then boom,
then it skyrocketed.
Now look at, and we're doing.
I could pull that up.
Hang on a second, and we're doing really well right
now. Are you
now.
on the COVID tracking system?
We are in COVID tracking project. So there was yesterday 4,900 cases. We're way down. But what I want you to know, it's interesting. New York State has 20 million people, right?
Sure.
California has 40 million people. We are now at 4,900 cases in California and essentially completely shut down. Look at New York. Here's New York with 20, so half the population. And here is the current data. Look where you are in New York.
Higher.
You want to do
a lot higher. Half the population and more than twice the cases. And describe to people what's happening in New York right now.
I mean, people are out and about, walking.
Everything's open.
Yeah.
And the restaurants are 35%. Outdoor dining.
25%.
No, they just increased to 35
today?
Yesterday. Yeah, or today. And so everything's open. And it's continuing to fall. Meaning that our delusions that we believe we're doing something, we can't control this virus to the point. We are doing something with masks and distancing and that kind of stuff, but the impact we're actually having may be significantly less than we think it is.
Where do you want to go?
Where do I want to go?
What is where?
Oh, you can just put California and then.
I got called Rockstar.
That's by Matt Mizu.
Thank you, Matt Mizu.
It
takes very little to make my day.
Oh, good. Well, here we are.
I'm having a hard time.
Chinese-style lockdown would work, but that's not to implement. Here's the thing. What everyone knows that once you get over about 1% incident, lockdowns don't work. Everyone knows that. They just don't. You can't, because the virus always comes back. It always does what it's going to do.
New York, right?
They can look at New York and at the case population.
Are California and New York handling vaccine rollout differently?
Yes, it's much better here. It's much saner there. There, they are so focused on equity that they're throwing vaccine away, and for some reason they're not getting.
I heard they were throwing away vaccines here too.
I'm not the way. It doesn't seem like it. Not.
That's like a grapes of wrath.
Right, and not only that, but it seems like, I mean, educators are getting vaccinated here.
Right.
Seeing things that multiple priorities are being served at once.
That's the only reason I got vaccinated.
For New York.
Okay, and so you see that New York has about 8,000 cases if you look at the caseload, and then go to California. And we're just pointing this out because we're in both places.
6,000 people in hospital.
I know that's a lot in New York with half the population of California. Look look at California.
It's true. Do your show. Sign later.
We decided we would sign
during
the show.
We
were signing during the show. All right.
Okay.
Should we be concerned about the LA variant, Robert Simpson? Give me all those and we'll just stop. No, you should not be concerned. I mean, let the scientists be concerned, and Pfizer's working on a booster that will cover the variants. But so far, it looks like it. Come on, stop.
I'm sorry, I'm just in the zone.
I know.
That's right. She's not showing up right now. You want California?
Yeah, California would be great. And so what was I saying? My COVID brain. I can't blame too much more on the COVID brain.
Okay, I'm on the current hospitalization.
And you can see the hospitalization rate in California is about 4,000 or so?
Yeah.
4?
No,
5?
it's at
5?
Are we looking at the same graph?
The blue graph? It's sort of bluish.
Yeah, it's about 6.
Okay, 6.
7.
And California, and that's twice the population of New York. New York's at 8. Interesting, right? And I mean, the point is that lockdowns. Look, one of the really interesting questions about what the Chinese government did is, were they just locking down to control the virus, or were they also trying to hide something? It's a really interesting question, because there is increasing evidence that this thing has some man-made qualities to it. And if they were trying to hide something, then the lockdown that they attempted makes more sense, because that kind of lockdown does not exist in the medical literature, period. That had never been suggested by any epidemiologist or any infectious disease experts ever. Yeah, we have overflow lists.
Take some questions on you.
Yeah, do you guys have any questions on the restream here? We'll happily look at what you guys are thinking about. But the variants seem to be pretty well covered by the, jeez.
I'm starting to doubt how to spell my name.
No, just stop signing. Stop signing.
Okay. Now you're both on screen. Drew's on his phone. So Paulina, you take over.
I'm on my phone
Yes.
because Peter Kwong just texted me. Okay. What do I think nursing homes will start letting visitors in? That's a great question. My hunch is once everybody's vaccinated, and they will allow people to come in if vaccinated or if immune. But what's one of the interesting things about all of this is that lockdowns, no one is preparing for what comes next. You've been vaccinated, I've had COVID, and yet we fill out questionnaires every day to go into a building. And not one of the questions is, have you had the vaccine? If so, when? Have you had COVID? If so, when? No questions like that. So we're not preparing for what comes next. We got to prepare to open. It's almost like somebody or the bureaucracies are sort of really into keeping things closed. It's like it's satisfying to them in some bizarre way. That's disgusting, frankly. Let's see. They're allowing what with the restrictions, Delilah? Here in Austria, all nursing homes are vaccinated now, but they're still allowing in 2 visitors per week. I wonder why. I wonder if that's because they're worried that even mild or moderate COVID in an elderly person might be harmful. But they tested this. So it does not. Listen, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, if I get my data right, and I'm pretty sure the Novavax vaccine too, reduces hospitalizations by 100% in all age groups. So why not let people into nursing homes? Again, they're not preparing. They're not preparing for what comes next. Everything's just leave it alone, don't touch it. Vaccine passports, Matt Mizu says, yeah, I think that's where we're headed. I think that's fine. I think we should have, I carry my antibody levels with me. I'm going to show you my antibody levels.
I want to see.
Yeah, I'm going to I put it on my phone. So, and I carry my positive COVID test with me because I figure if I need to prove, hang on, I got to get the antibody result here. That's not it. I have the more negative, I have a million negative SARS tests because every time I do something, they make me do another SARS. Let's see here.
I have my
Your vaccine? Well done. Educators unite. Of course, educators aren't given the vaccine in California, so because we have to get the hospitals. We have to get everybody's ever worked at a hospital done first. It's so ridiculous. Here's my Additive score. It's so ridiculous. Okay, so here is my. Hang on a second. Where's the capsid proteins? This top one, needs to be above 1600. And look at my result.
Oh my god.
And how about this one above 600? What's my result there?
Which one?
The 71,000.
71,000.
How about this one that's over 6,700? You're good.
777.
77,000. These are different. One is a nuclear protein, one is a spike protein, and one is what is RBD? RBD is anyway, I've got massive immune response to all these things.
Can you show your Additive score on the camera?
If you hold it up, there it is. You want to hold it up to the camera?
Lindsay Johnson, I relate. My mental health has been challenged during all of this too, as most people probably can.
Not every country in the world can afford the jab yet. J-Sky, that is simply not true. The AstraZeneca vaccine is very affordable. The problem is people don't want it because it's not quite as effective as. You're showing the Additive score there.
It's not
Nuclear protein, that's the NP, yeah. Did you show the whole thing, or just the 105,000 part? Which you could show. You could just show this. This would probably impress people. Not only vaccinating educators, they're penalizing them in California. Los Gatos schools vaccinated because the hospital had expiring vaccine. The hospital was fined $30,000 for hitting teachers with overflow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what goes on in California. People are scared shitless to step out of line or do anything because we have to follow the protocol. Protocols is insane. Having one priority is insane. It's possible for human beings to have more than one priority. And rather than focusing on finding people for using the overflow vaccine to vaccinate educators, why don't you get more vaccine? Get more vaccine in California. Do your job. Really, it's so much of it is, oh God.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
Is this like a compilation of everyone who can see me?
Yes. Well, this is people who
She
this
doesn't
is
even
see
care
it's,
what you're talking
it's
about.
Periscope, Facebook, YouTube, blah blah blah. And Andrew Ashkavili, yes. What does it seem to you? I think I did get the Jersey 4 family back together. Isn't that what happened? Isn't that what happened? I didn't see the last episode. Oh, they said it was an Addictix blur. They didn't see Addictix score. They saw Addictix blur. That's really funny. Anthony Brown. Have you met our friend Anthony Brown?
I don't know.
He was a Anthony. I will tell your story very quickly to Paulina if you don't mind. I'm looking for approval from you to tell it quickly in my own little way on the stream here.
You see me in multiple dimensions.
Yes. So Anthony Brown was a cocaine addicted homeless person. I think he said arrested 250 times. Anthony, tell me if that's correct. And had lots of great drug addict stories that, the drug addict thinking is so hysterical. And then one day somebody reached him, got through to him, and he started getting sober, and he worked in sobriety, and he just kept putting one foot in front of the other. And now he is a highly skilled nurse administrator and runs a large residential psychiatric hospital.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. It's amazing. And he wrote a book called From Park Bench to Park Avenue. So there you go. And we're trying to set up a documentary about his life. If anybody would like to, if anybody on this stream would like to help fund a documentary, I'm working with the Corolla people, the chassis people, to try to set up a documentary on Anthony's life. So I think that'd be very interesting. Joe Giannotti, our friend, asked, what was it like to write a book with me?
I'm a writer, so it was right up my alley. I was very excited to do a collaborative project and to have something to put out in the world. I would say that it was a fun experience. I can't say that we didn't do a lot of writing together in person. It was a lot of like Google Docs because I'm in New York and he's in California.
So we did some.
We did some
Sort of what would you call them, marathons?
Yeah,
marathons
like just locked in a room going.
And we didn't have time.
No, it was very.
This was one of the really. I don't know that we regret it so much, but we both are aware that when I made the deal to do the book, their point was we want it like in 3 months. We want it now. And I just said, okay, we'll do it. We'll do that if that's how you want to do it. But they pushed it back because of COVID, like undisclosed date. I'll tell you when it comes. And both of us had this feeling like, damn, if we'd known that, we would have spent 3 more months writing it. But it still turned out pretty good, I think.
I learned a lot. I learned a lot.
Yeah, so I think it's the kind of thing that we could go out speaking from or about. So if your schools or organizations need, father-daughter speaking engagements, we're all about it.
Yeah, that's next.
Listen, I had a clairvoyant reading last week, and she said she saw me in an auditorium speaking to people.
Ooh, I like that. Are you Dr. Drew TV on Twitch?
Yes.
Hi, mommy. Hi, jeans.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You've never used that before.
I don't know. Somebody else did it to me.
But that's good. Keep going down that path. It's jeans, not jean. It's jeans. Oh. Jeans, like you're wearing mommy jeans.
I know. Okay. I'm sorry.
No. It's good. You're adopting your mom's house monikers. That's excellent. Pentagon was vaccinated last week. All of them still telework, but they have not gotten to all the educators yet. All right, Lindsay Johnson. So that means that Washington D.C. is insane. California is insane. The government is insane in California. It's like the rest of the country needs to rescue Californians from their unbelievable government. It really is sick out there. When we come to New York, we feel like we are like relieved to be, we're here and just like, oh my God, everything. There's a big, say what you will about Cuomo and De Blasio, you get a lot from the government here. You
Oh
get a
yeah,
lot.
I have faith that the system will at least not collapse.
Yeah.
I saw a question about writer's block, and I would
Go
love
ahead.
to address that.
Please do.
My first thing I would say is journal. Every morning when you wake up, 3 pages stream of consciousness, just showing up. This may yield a lot of just sitting there and saying, what am I doing? This sucks. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. But the act of showing up every day gets you in the practice of showing up for yourself. And I really believe writing to be an active translation. And so
An active translation?
yeah, so it's taking something ephemeral, something that doesn't exist, and conjuring it into verbal word. And so the more practice you have with channeling your own thoughts onto the page, the better it's going to feel when you sit down to actually begin writing. So practice makes perfect. Though not a very radical idea, is a foundation of at least my writing practice. So if you have any writing questions, I am a writing coach.
Oh,
Where can they find you?
My website is paulinapinsky.com. If you want to contact me there, that is an option. I'm also on Instagram at mizpiggy111.
Miranda wants to know the
Writer's blocks solved with drugs and boobs. Oh, I said boobs, but he said booze.
who has said that?
Writer's block solved with drugs and maybe some booze. Sometimes.
Where is he? Where is he?
Royston Grange.
Okay. Maine changed their vaccine strategy to age only. Age is the major risk factor for COVID, so that is the rationality. Nothing comes close to a significant impact on the mortality rate as age. Period. End of story. So vaccinating 65 plus makes real sense.
Barb, you've been on my
Barb?
brain. No, not that Barb.
Oh.
And Anthony, I would love to read your book.
I think it might be here somewhere.
No, it's not here.
I will read it.
Not here.
Why don't you grab Angela Davis's book? Paulina had me read this book, and I recommend it most highly. This, between this and the Frederick Douglass biography that's out right now, I think you have a responsibility to read stuff like this. So it's if you didn't see the name, it's Women Race
Racing Class.
Racing
Angela
Class.
Davis.
Yeah.
Someone wants to know who I am. They just let me in. I don't know these people.
Nicole Ritterstein, yes and yes. That's correct. And both you got it right. So somebody asked something else that I was chewing on, and now I forgot what it was. Florida. Yeah, so Florida, if I give you their numbers, Florida has, again, about half the same population as New York, okay? They have been completely open the entire time, and look at Florida, Paulina. They really never even really...
That's Florida?
Yeah. They didn't have much of an outbreak. I mean,
Well, yes, they did, though.
Compared to everybody else,
But they're wide
compare
open
that,
now.
and they're wide open.
Well, here's my question.
Compare that to New York. Hang on, let's just look at New York, and then you can ask your question. Look at New York. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
I mean, and then California, which was completely locked down, twice the population, mind you. Look at that. Twice the population and 3 times the cases. Crazy. And 3 times the hospitalization rate. But anyway, what's your question?
I don't remember. I remember it.
Yeah.
Warm weather, humidity. Does that have something to do with?
They keep theorizing that, and Mom immediately went out and bought 12 humidifiers and had them running all over the house, and I got sick. So
Yeah.
there you go. Even glow. Oh yeah, that's right. Evan Grow. We used to do that Los Encinas meeting every Wednesday. That's right. So Joe Giannotti does believe there is. Joe's a meteorologist or a climatologist. Meteorologist, that'd be right. And he believes there is some issue with COVID. Certainly there's an ecology of COVID. It has an up and a down to it that just is what it is, whether you're in a lockdown state or an open state. Seems to not make a big difference. So there you go. Is this a rerun? Why, Christopher Sanchez, would we call this a rerun? First time you've been on this, isn't it?
In a long time. Wait, this is my first time being on it in person.
I think so, yeah. And certainly in New York.
Yeah.
Found a strange book on Machiavelli that suits our times. Art of Teaching People What to Fear. You're talking about The Prince, Terry Myers, I believe. Machiavelli, however, Machiavelli believed that the best form of government was a republic. So a prince was essentially a dictatorship. And he believed that, what's the guy the Medici, one of the Medicis that had control of the central part of Italy. He thought he was the ideal prince, and the guy was super violent. Well, way more violent than you've ever even heard about.
Is he the one that's the statue?
I'm sure there are statues.
Yeah.
Or is that David and Goliath that I'm thinking?
Oh no, that's David. No, this is it's not it's like something.
Oh, Cosimo
de
Medici.
I don't think it was Cosimo. There was Cesare. I think Cesare Borgia. No. Cesare Borgia? No, was it Borgia?
Yeah, it was a Borgia.
I think it was Cesare Borgia was the one he thought was
Cesare, not Cesare.
Pronounced in Italian, Cesare Borgia.
Is that how it is?
Yep. And I think he was the one that he thought was the ideal prince. RPC, I've not had any contact with him. I've not seen him since we did a live cast with him at your mom's house, but I hear he's doing well, and he did not get COVID, amazingly. Tom Segura and I want to go with him. You would love this. You got to go with us. Because he does costuming down at some sort of drag show in Coney Island. It would be great. It'd be the best. So we're gonna
Lorenzo.
do this. No, that's Lorenzo
de Medici.
But look up you got to look up. Go look up The Prince, Machiavelli, Leader, something like that.
Thank you, Leah Garcia, for reading my words.
Yeah. Let's see. I think you said a virologist told you that he wouldn't want the junk in his body from the current vaccine. No, Barb, that's not what I said. The opposite.
No, it's Lorenzo.
The opposite. He said, here we go. The Prince by Machiavelli is a historic work. No, it was dedicated to Lorenzo. He wrote it for Lorenzo about Cesare Borgia.
Okay,
but he wrote it for Lorenzo de Medici. That's true. So Barb, I think Barb said that he said the J&J vaccine was full of junk. The adenovirus, the converted adenovirus, because the mRNA viruses are pure mRNA. Well, the adenovirus is everything that comes with that adenovirus, including the machinery to produce the spike protein. So that was that virologist point of view. I think, I don't know. I still think it'd be good. What Frederick Douglass bio? Okay, I guess I'll go to Amazon. I have to look it up for you guys. Amazon. Okay. Whoops. Frederick Douglass.
But do try to buy local.
Yeah. Go to
your local bookstore.
Oh, it's none of these.
We need to get cream after this.
Yes, we do.
Don't we forget.
What kind of cream?
Heavy cream.
Coffee.
Okay.
I don't see the current biography.
And toilet paper.
Yes.
Here it is. It is by David Blight. David W. Blight, Blight. It gets a little tedious towards about 2/3 in, but the first half of the book is breathtaking. David Blight. It's the editor's pick at Amazon, and I would agree with that. So there you go. Have we done any speaking meetings with Paulina or other show? No, we've never done speaking publicly, have we? We've done television and this kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we've not done public speaking.
Not yet. I can see that happening. The locals platform?
I don't know what she means.
Go to locals.com. drdrew.locals.com.
Romans in Pasadena. That was the bookstore I grew up in.
Yep, it's a good bookstore. It actually, the sales there determine your status on the New York. Yeah.
No way.
It's there's like 6 bookstores. I think the Strand is another one that determines the when you get onto the New York list of bestsellers.
Can you guys talk about what the book's called, or
we can't talk about anything?
Nothing. But we already put it out there and printed.
We can't talk about anything. Jerry, the next time I'll be on Adam Carolla. Adam and I do a podcast together Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Victoria likes Romans. Paulina, Anthony would like you to swing by
locals.
drdrew.locals.com.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm terrified of the internet, so.
What?
Well, wait till you have a book.
Did I recommend Stephen Malemi's
here's your
book
checkbook.
once? I don't think
On
so.
the camera.
I don't know who that is. Stephen Malemis? I have no idea. Let me look what that is. Hold on. It's weird. Sorry we're in slow motion today, but we are. That's the way it goes. I'm kind of tired and
You know, there's nothing wrong with slowing down.
thank you.
I
Stephen
feel like you
M.
both need
Malema.
to be told. Stop!
Me?
Produce.
Well, I gotta pay the bill.
This is no books that I am any familiarity with. Mm-mm. No familiarity. It looks interesting, but no, none. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Monday.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
If you've ever wanted to learn how to write for Medium, I'm doing a lecture
Oh,
on how to navigate Medium.
good.
So if you're interested, head over to Instagram, follow me at MIZPiggy111.
Say that again.
It's
MIZ.
underneath her name.
Okay. And yeah, you have the opportunity to ask me questions, but I'll essentially step by step take you through the Medium platform, talk about different publications.
Are you gonna do a live? Instagram live?
I can. You are more tech savvy than I am. Do you
Yeah, so-
recommend that I also do an
You
Instagram
can
live?
have it live on Instagram too.
Okay.
So
Set her up.
Narcissus Machiavelli wants to do a deep.
Or you can do the clubhouse.
Oh yeah. Good idea.
Narcissus Machiavelli wants to do a deep dive on Carl Jung.
Somebody sees me in the window.
That's really funny. You could start with, believe it or not, I'm going to say Jordan Peterson weaves in a lot of Carl Jung in his series Maps of Meaning. Way before he became a famous political lightning rod, he did a anthropologic psychological synthesis called Maps of Meaning, and he's pretty red hot on Carl Jung. I think Carl Jung has a lot to be desired. A lot of his stuff, you think Freud stuff was sort of shot down. Jung stuff has been largely found to be, if not inaccurate, not useful.
Really?
Now, it's good from a literary
I
standpoint.
was about to say.
From a literary standpoint, but from mental health, really a sort of brain function standpoint, it's like, not that great. But if, yeah.
Jung didn't like women. Neither did Freud. Favorite kids book from my childhood. Probably the Stinky Cheese Man.
What about Little House on the Prairie?
Oh, I loved Little House
I was
on the
talking
Prairie.
about that the other day, and listen to this. So I was thinking
I was
about
listening to it, and you were like, "Who is it? Laura
Yeah.
Ingalls."
What? So,
Laura
but isn't
Ingram.
it interesting though that those girls were completely isolated,
Oh yeah.
completely, and they turned out okay, I think,
I mean,
and
they know how to make butter.
they can churn a mean butter, but I'm worrying about kids being isolated now, and I thought, well,
I will say, so I teach comedy writing to high schoolers.
oh yeah, you told me this. Go ahead, keep going.
Over Zoom, and I have been since June. And granted, like I'm the fun teacher, right? Like they signed up to come on Sundays to do improv and sketch, so like they're not coming and they're not bummed out.
Yeah.
But I asked them a lot of questions about it because I'm genuinely interested, and they're all coping. They
What's the age group?
high school, so it's like 14 to 17.
I would imagine 15 and above are doing better than 15 and under.
I agree with that.
Okay, that's my only thing. I think above 15 probably going to be kind of okay because they're sort of set already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But imagine you miss 7th and 8th grade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Well,
like-
is that so bad?
Well, there's two sides to it, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Good Night Construction Site is a book that I used to read to one of the little boys I babysat. Love that book.
Do you like musical theater?
Oh, I've starred in a musical or two.
And somebody wants us
I
to.
should find it.
Somebody wants us to. Maybe you could write the libretto or the book for this thing that Christina P and I have planned, which is TikTok the musical.
Oh.
so
Okay, but also TikTok is really awesome.
Hey, while I was sick, I just sat on the TikTok for hours
It's
at a time.
amazing. It like
And you know something? I learned something from it.
Yes.
I actually learned a few things.
the platform, like
There's a virologist on TikTok. Look for him. He gives a daily update on COVID. Excellent.
the people who have figured out how to
Yes, even
make
Evan
that
Grow.
platform work. I just don't have the energy to like
If
set
you
up
were
my
16,
phone.
you would have had a channel.
Oh, I have a channel. It's just
TikTok channel?
yeah, but it's like I did the WAP dance and accidentally kicked my dog. Like that.
Oh yeah, we saw that.
That's what I'm doing.
Roy 10 Grange, whatever. Very funny. That's very funny. Framing Britney Spears doc. Cameron, I just can't sit through that because it's got such a skewed point of view. Wait do you see what happens? She should have the opportunity to get out of that conservatorship. That's fine. But watch what happens. Watch what happens. That conservatorship saved her life. Now, what went on with the financial and all that, I have no opinion about. All I know is that the fact that the parents stepped up and put her on conservatorship saved her life. And not a lot of parents do that because they're afraid of ruining their relationship and the kids are dead. So there you go. Do you like System of a Down?
I just want to be like, so yes, I do.
So what?
That's System of
System
Down.
of a Down. You
That's
know
my
that.
interpretation.
You personally know Shavo.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Should we call?
Yeah, I like System of a Down.
No, it was good. Good Shavo.
I-
Shavo got sick, I think. I think he
love
had.
Shavo.
I think he got COVID. Yeah.
There
I was too
was,
sick to really deal with it.
I feel like is asking me if I like System of a Down at your mom's house thing. Are they trying to be like, oh, we're going to trap her. She's going to say something.
No.
Okay.
So, Peter Kwan is blowing up my phone.
Do you want me to text him and tell we're doing a live stream?
Yes. Tell him yes. That'd be
Let me
great.
do that.
Follow me on TikTok. I'm just gonna plug all my channels.
It's all Ms. Piggy 111.
No, not on TikTok.
Another rehab show, Cerilia, depends on the networks. They own it, and they decide where it goes and if it goes. So, thoughts on William S. Burroughs?
Oh, Wilbur. Right. What's it called? Not the Rites of Spring. Am I thinking about the right William S. Burroughs?
Should we look it up?
Look it up.
TikTok, the pandemic, another comedian. There's a William S. Burroughs.
And then look at wheelbarrow. Am I thinking of the right
American
person?
writer and visual artist, primary figure of the Beat Generation.
Oh, I think I'm.
Wow, that's crazy.
Let's see. Nova Express.
Junkie author William S. Burroughs on heroin addiction. So he was a heroin addict.
I'm thinking of someone else, I think.
What's the poet? You guys on Restream, help me. What's the poet's name that is such a shithead and misogynist? Bukowski. I think of Bukowski more as the Beat guy.
Yeah. I'm the youngest triplet.
Somebody wants to know what your relationship was like with me as a child.
Ah!
I know who it is. It's that Joshua. He's always up to something.
I would not be the person I am today
There
if
you
it were
go.
not for the
There
fact
you go.
that my mom woke up at 6 a.m. every day and drove me to the ice rink
Yeah. There you go.
and got my hair highlighted and, taught me how to dress.
Remember you wanted nails?
Oh my God.
I was like, you can
Okay.
poke yourself out.
Whiz Chris, what happened to your refrigerator? Go ahead.
In the 5th grade, do we want to hear a story?
Yeah.
Before you tell me the story, Bukowski
Hi,
is a great.
Jerry.
Bukowski's a great poet, but look carefully at what he's done and what he did to his female partners. Go ahead.
Okay. When I was in the 5th grade, all the other girls at the ice rink had acrylic nails, like thick, like French tip acrylic nails.
Same age as you?
Same age as me, which
Lean into
is
the mic a little bit. I mean, you don't have to. Just you're leaning back.
okay. I'm sorry, I got excited. Chunky French tip nails on 10-year-old girls. Now, we were in New York on vacation, and my mom and I went to get our nails done, and I was seated at the front of the salon, and my mom was seated at the back of the salon. And
Do you know this story? Are you learning something now?
No,
You
she
know.
knows.
Okay.
And I told them I wanted French tip, and they were like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yes, I want French tip," because my mom had told me I could get the French tip painted on my
You were how
fingernails.
old?
I was 10 years old. They start pulling out the acrylic stiletto tips and start nail. And I don't know if you know anything about Susan, but she tells you what she thinks. And when I was 10 years old, she was saying what she thought all the time. So I didn't know how to say, no, not that one. My mom needs to yell at you and tell you not that one. But she wasn't there to yell until it was over and she had to pay for it.
And then the yelling began.
Then the
It was
yelling
like
began.
$150.
It was like $150. And I remember we went to, this is so bougie, but we went to Saks Fifth Avenue and you were yelling at me on the escalator and I'm holding my hands up crying. I have these like acrylic nail, this baby girl with acrylic nails. So that's my story.
Then there you go. That's
You
it.
came for COVID and you got baby French tip nails.
Holly says, I'm sure you have tons of triplet stories.
Yeah, they mostly have to do with vomit.
No, I mean, Jordan tried to hang himself. That one.
That's
I
true.
pictured it.
Yeah. He was in love with Quasimodo. He loved because Disney had just put out the Hunchback of Notre Dame at that point. Susan's waving to you all in the window. See her reflection behind me here? There she is, waving peace sign. And the did you cut them down? They went
No, I kept them on for like a month, and I remember that they just totally thrashed my nails because I was like a kid and I didn't know better, so I was like. Ugh.
So what was I talking about? So he loved Quasimodo, and we were in this little house in Glendale, and all of our rooms were connected by this one hall, and they would run up and down that hall. And Jordan was probably 6, 5, something like that?
No, he was younger.
Younger.
We were in
Three.
preschool.
3, 4, and he, in a lot of the movie is Quasimodo swinging on the bells, swinging on the ropes, and he was sort of athletic, and so he'd climb
Found
trees
the
and stuff.
one levelor in the house that the string was hanging down.
Yeah, we were tied up all
Like
the
a
strings.
baby protector.
He found one and started swinging on it. We didn't know he was jumping off the windowsill and trying to swing on this.
Yeah, the way he
on a leveler.
describes it is he's standing on the windowsill and he grabs the cord and swings, but it burns his hand.
Right, if he fall through it,
He's
it
like,
burns his
oh
hand.
man.
I need something that he's so smart. So here's the smart. I need to create friction. I need a bigger surface area. He's 3 or 4 years
at
old.
a high point.
I need a higher point, and I need something with more friction. Oh, this'll do it.
And I caught him in the outfit.
And we literally
jumping.
caught him jumping off the sill with this thing wrapped around his neck.
And then
And he got a burn
picture
here, of
day, and
course.
It was 100 degrees outside, and
Yeah.
I made him wear a turtleneck to school
Yeah.
because I knew they would cause social services.
Kelly, no Valium. Under no circumstances do you take a benzodiazepine. This is exactly why I was telling you, you must have somebody there. Your preoccupations, this is how it works. It leads you to going to a doctor, and a doctor give you a medicine that will put everything back the way it was. That's how it works, which is why you need support and people there, and you can ask these people these things. Benzodiazepines are the epidemic right now that are killing people. It's usually combined with opiates. You put the two together, you stop breathing. But literally the epidemic itself is the benzodiazepines, which is Valium, Klonopin, Xanax, all of them, even the sleeping medications. Janine, I did not get vaccinated. I had COVID. I'm 10 weeks out. And my antibodies, we just tried, you weren't on the stream, but I tried to show everybody the antibodies. And my antibodies are crazy elevated. And so if I got the vaccine, I'd have a huge reaction, probably. And why would I take it? Because I don't need it, and somebody else needs it. I don't need it. I'm super immune. Anthony Howard Brown says benzos are a nasty detox. That is absolutely true. Seizure, agitation, and if you're on something like Klonopin, the withdrawal can last a year. It's like the methadones of benzodiazepines. Be very careful with that stuff.
Was I allowed to have a relationship with my father? Yes, that was allowed.
Who would have not allowed it? Weird. Kelly.
Susan is
Kelly.
so controlling.
0 benzodiazepines. I cannot say this loud enough. 0 benzodiazepines. 0. That is not okay. That is not okay. Right, Patty Free Mag says the Klonopin nearly killed Jordan Peterson. 100% true, number one. Number two, benzos should never be used more than about 2 weeks. Now, if you're using them over long periods of time, once every month or so, or something like that, all right. But if you have a history with any other substances, Valium and Valium-like drugs, Xanax, Klonopin, are a categorical no. No, under any circumstances. There we go. Terry Kaufman, yeah, I can't say I'm immune because then they will silence me, Susan. So I am as immune as I can be. My immunity, my antibody levels are 20 times.
Use the I word.
Okay, Lisa, you take 2 milligrams of Ativan on a daily basis. You need to talk to your doctor about that. Now, I'm not telling you what you should and shouldn't be taking. I'm saying if you have a history with any other substances, no benzodiazepines. No benzodiazepines. Now, there are people that I use benzodiazepines for all kinds of things, even things like tardive akathisia and tardive dyskinesia. And there's reasons that you have to do this. But if you have any history of any kind of substance, anything, Anthony Brown backed me up about that. What's the worst grounding you ever got? Wish Chris wants to know. I remember.
Yeah, what do you remember?
I can't remember what it was for, but I remember you banging on, putting your tush up to the door and banging on with your legs on the door for like an hour.
Fight.
Yeah, I just remember flipping out. As like a tiny kid.
Did you have pets?
Okay, yes, I did. We had Nico, our first cockapoo.
Named after Nicole Brown Simpson.
Because his mom was so upset that she went out and bought a puppy.
No.
Oh, that's
no,
what
he got acquitted.
When he got acquitted, you got the puppy?
You guys were squeezing the dog so much. She goes, "You're gonna love that dog to death." I know what we're gonna call this dog, Nicole Simpson. So...
Nico Brown, her name was.
Nico Brown.
And then she ended up at your grandma's house.
Yeah, and then I was super into hamsters. I had Herman, who was about this big, and used to squeeze into the sockets in the walls and end up in my parents' bathtub.
Yes.
And then I had 2 miniature dwarf hamsters named Oscar and Olive. And then we had Daisy and Lulu. Yes, I had animals.
And then Rex.
And then I have my own animal, Jack Bird Pinsky, who's a tuxedo American Shorthair, who went to the vet today.
Did Jack go too?
Jack went
He was
too.
very unhappy.
I took him in a stroller. So I was walking around Brooklyn with my cat in a stroller. And children were like at his level, so they'd like come to him and be like, and so I have to stop and I'd be like, please don't freak out, Jack, please, because his nails are like knives. But he did not scratch any children.
No, that's so cute. Hey, I want to talk about Hillsides.
Oh yeah, it's tomorrow.
So we're having a benefit. I'm showing a picture of us with Quay and Linda Hayes. Oh God, I can't remember her name. Anyways, Quay Hayes was worked with me at K-Rock, and this is us at another benefit. But anyways, go to drdrew.com/hillsides and look at the auction items, because we're going to be making some money this weekend for the foster kids.
So Hillsides is a residential, educational, therapeutic environment for kids that are really badly traumatized or abandoned. Patty Ford, good recommendation. So yeah, Hillsides is the finest place I know for the treatment of kids that are really in trouble, and they just do a great job. So strong. Please support them. Please support Hillsides. Stephanie has a double-decker cat stroller.
That's amazing. I need to get one of those so I can put the dog at the bottom and the cat on top.
Oh, God.
Ooh, what do you suggest for a little gal who just refuses to write even though she knows she has to? She knows how to.
Is that you, Chris? Oh, refusing to write, like a child development thing. So she's just a smart kid that's refusing to write.
I would a journal, just giving them a journal and saying, write in this when you want to. So having a special place that's distinctly their own. And then I would do timers, and I would come up with like writing ideas that are fun for her. So if like she likes to write short stories, like what I do, which is there's a free option for it. It's called Oblique Strategies, and it's a deck of cards where you pull a card and it helps you like solve problems. So it can be like you'll pull a card and be like, try faking it or whatever. So finding sort of like a deck that she can pull from so that that can be sort of like a fun interactive thing, and then setting a timer for 10 minutes and seeing what happens. I hope that helps. But I really think getting a diary or something, letting her choose it, picking out the pens. That'd be my advice so
Yeah,
far.
that sounds good. Hang on a second. I'm writing a note to Anthony Brown. And I want you to give me your opinion on the idea that you can only be addicted to one drug and not others. Anthony, you as a recovering addict, please do address that issue, because no one's listening to me. What's your guilty pleasure if you listen to Miss Previous? Did you know Miss Previous? Seems like
Me?
I've been Anthony Brown. Okay,
Thank
that's
you,
good.
Jimmy.
Anthony Brown.
Thank you.
They're staring at you in the window glare.
Me?
Joe Giannotti. I cannot stop staring at Susan from the window glare. Oh my God, you are weird.
I am my mother's daughter.
All right, I think we got to wrap things up because Paulina and I have to sign all. Paulina signed some.
And we have dinner.
You see, and I've signed some.
We're going out to
And
dinner.
we're going out to dinner. New York is open to indoor and outdoor dining. Imagine that. And things are continuing to fall. Shocking.
Joshua Barzell is
An instigator.
definitely an instigator. Listen, I didn't pay for an MFA to write a tell-all, okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Block?
You tell. No, he's one of our regulars.
Okay.
Listen, if you can't have an opinion, it's not. If you're gonna say really bad things, we'll block you.
So my new therapist told me about the drama triangle and how there's the victim, the abuser, and the rescuer.
Right. That's oh wait, somebody, it's got a guy's name for it. Something triad. Ah, shit.
The something triad.
Yeah.
And Joshua, you don't need to be the abuser.
Right.
You could be the challenger.
Right.
You don't have to be the victim. You could be the survivor. And you don't have to be the rescuer. You can be the coach.
So, and you could have good comebacks.
And when all fails, have some good singers.
You got that from me.
Oh, now when you look up, what do you call it? What kind of triad do you call it?
I thought it was called the drama triangle.
Drama, because trauma triad is something. Oh, Cartman, and it's called the Cartman triad, and my patients call it the Cartman triad in honor of South Park. So the Cartman triad.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I had to suffer through that.
But do look at the Cartman triad. It is actually a really good concept. It's funny, at Celebrity Rehab, we gave multiple lectures on the Cartman triad. You don't get to see any of that on TV, of course. And they were the ones that started calling it the Cartman triad.
Look what Jimmy said, Paulina.
Jimmy. There's Jimmy.
Hi. Well, you probably will see more of me.
Even grow the Machiavellian triad. Even grow is also called the dark triad. And if you go to H3H3, we did a whole evaluation on Ethan and Trisha and the whole group for the dark triad, and a couple of them had some real dark triad qualities. How about that? Yeah, the dark triad. What's your TikTok channel?
Is Paulina, please.
Okay, Paulina, please. That's something I've said before.
I wonder how many times I've said that to you.
Well, it stuck, and I made it a username. I'm thinking about starting. Wait, can I just pitch an idea?
Go ahead.
Either a Twitter or a TikTok, of writing prompts where you like either like I was thinking about opening ripe fruit and then saying write this. Like
I don't get
weird
it.
prompts.
I don't
Like
get it.
like if I took
exercises,
yeah, like
then you
I don't know
you
if
need to frame it a little differently because it seems weird otherwise. Just like
you
what
don't
are
want
doing?
just TikToks of
People opening an
people
orange.
mashing fruit.
No, I think that'll like, attract a different crowd.
All right, I'm gonna workshop this idea, but
But I like the idea of prompts
Writing
for all
prompts.
kinds of things.
yeah,
Should
My
get some
instinct, by the way, is more on the improv-y side. Like, can you do that with improv sorts of
Somebody wrote
starters?
ripe fruit, WRIP.
Right, WRIP. Yeah, that's really funny. Writing, ripe.
ripe.
Yes, Caleb Nation and Jordan Pinsky have been working hard these days.
Yeah. Caleb, I loved that you had to write a page a week. That's such a good litmus. It's just about like achieving small goals. So if ever you want to start writing, start small. 1 page a week, it'll get you somewhere.
Somebody showed their age, or Matt Mizu. I think you can't be as young as I think you are with the Gallagher reference. Do you know who Gallagher is? Let's see.
That's the fruit guy.
Matt
Remember he used to
Mizu.
throw fruit, and the comedian, you saw Gallagher.
No.
He threw watermelons at the
No,
audience.
no,
and
he didn't
smashed
throw.
watermelons
Right, he
and-
smashed them.
Just because I saw it doesn't mean I remember. it.
yeah, you were a little kid.
And he got sick or something, and his brother looks just like him, and it's actually his brother doing it now.
Really?
Yeah, it's not weird.
Jordan's gonna have to.
Take over for you.
Yeah.
Joe, you keep saying that. I hear you, but everyone's all over the place doing all kinds of things. It's not
What
as
did
easy as
Joe
you
say?
think. Joe wants all 3 of the kids on here.
Hi, Caleb. Hey, Caleb.
Hi, Caleb.
You did a great job on Wednesday with Ask Dr. Drew.
Yeah. Paulina, or if you wonder what we're doing here, if you just start joining us, we are signing, what are these called? Signature plates
Yes.
for this book we have coming
I
out
might
soon.
try a new pen.
And we have to do 1,000 plates.
Yeah, don't get that on my marble. I'll kill you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Mother
Yes,
dearest.
ma'am. Mommy dearest. Okay. Yeah, Carrot Top. No. Carrot Top was very different. Carrot Top is propped humor. Gallagher strictly is taking a wooden mallet and smashing fruit.
That's awesome.
And the people in the audience in the front rows, it would go back like 12 rows, and they would all have to wear raincoats and have plastic issued to them and stuff. And this is how we amused ourselves in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. What is that? For right now? No.
We're almost done.
Okay. All right, we're almost done, everybody. Though Paulina and I probably
I'm on
have.
my last sheet.
We
I gotta
probably
get
have.
ready.
You're on your last sheet. I have a whole huge box of them.
No, I thought that this
Oh,
was
no.
it.
Oh no! This is the
I was
beginning.
so proud of
This is
myself.
the beginning. This is the beginning. Just figure out. This
Any
is
last words
this
from
is
the-
6,
from the-
12.
from
You
the
probably
voice-
done.
I was like, this is 1,000.
You've probably done 300 of 1,000. I'd say.
How do you know? That's 1,000? That's it.
They said they were sending me 1,000.
6
Paulina,
times.
that's where we have to go.
All right. Well, you guys can focus on that while I do my hair and go to pick up cream.
Cranes
Cream.
For breakfast.
Cream
heavy cream.
and toilet paper.
and so maybe some eggs too.
Yeggs. From Yeggs.
Did you fall out of your mom? Oh no. New Forest Pony was so if you had conflict with mom when you were a teenager. Yeah.
No.
No, she was never a teenager.
Oh,
It never
no,
happened.
she was
She
perfect.
skipped over that.
She was a perfect child. Oh, I have a story for you though, Paulina.
Uh-oh.
You don't know this,
Uh-oh. This should be good.
but we had a tracking system on your car.
Oh yeah.
Oh, in high school?
Uh-huh.
Oh, so you knew all the times that I went to the movie theaters or I didn't go to the movie
Yeah,
theaters?
or when you were with your boyfriend. And,
Just-
you were- and I said somebody saw you in the car with him.
Oh yeah, she said
You were like,
Oh, so you tracked my car.
Yes,
yeah,
we
we were
did.
afraid that you would go missing.
it gave us peace of mind. So
I
the-
mean,
It didn't work very well, so don't get too excited.
yeah, and by the way,
I'm not-
we checked it like twice, I think. And,
Well, the app never worked correctly.
yeah, we checked it like that was back when the app.
Yeah,
was written.
2011, nothing worked
Yeah.
yet.
We checked it, and we checked it twice, and both times you weren't where you're supposed to be. We're like, forget it. We get the point.
I had no idea. Like, it would have never
know.
crossed my mind. You could have died, and I never would have known.
All right, we're going to wrap this thing up. Thank you guys for being here. It's a little different kind of show today. Somebody's asking how I'm feeling. I am better, and thank you, Kelly. I am mostly 95%, sometimes 100%. I still need more rest than is my normal, and I still have ringing in my ear most of the time. But I would say that the neurological stuff, I'm going to bet it's going to take a couple of more months to feel completely normal. This whole thing is like a giant head injury. It's like somebody hit me on the head with a baseball bat, and it just takes a while to come back from that. The good news is it's coming back, getting better. I'm still taking fluvoxamine, though I'm taking it at a very low dose right now. I'm taking like 25 milligrams a day. I was taking 50 twice a day, and I think that helped get me through those. I mean, I had 3 very rough days of work, like getting up at 4 a.m. my time and coming home at midnight my time, and yeah, and so I got through it, and I was almost euphoric that I was actually able to do that. So that's good. Did you read Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Really? You're reading about a guy that died. That's what kills me.
Okay,
It's
no,
like,
but stylistically, he's a
I see.
pioneer.
I see.
I mean, just like, it's really hard to write psychedelic and/or drug and booze experience as well, because often what happens is they try to mimic the experience of being drunk, and that just falls flat on the page.
Yeah.
And he was able to weave in, a journalistic perspective in addition to, a completely bonkers experience. But somehow, even though he's loaded all the time, he's the one with the kernel of truth and the true lens. So yes, he inspires me a lot.
So I have 3 things. Delilah Davis says she's taking 12.5 of fluvoxamine, working up to 25. Weird, because I had no side effects at 25 twice a day. And I'm sensitive to medication. I couldn't feel a thing. 2, you know who does write that stuff very well? Doug Stanhope.
I believe that.
Doug Stanhope. I did the foreword for one of his books, and I was really impressed the way he writes horrible situations, and it reminded me of
Hunter S. Thompson.
Hunter S. Thompson. Yeah, but in fact, it was like Hunter S. Thompson on steroids. Which
Really?
It's worth kind of looking at. I was really impressed with what he did.
I have electric Kool-Aid acid test, but I haven't read it yet.
Is that the other one?
I don't know who it's by, but Zach keeps telling me to read it.
Okay. Okay. There's a request from Twitch, Susan, for Christina P., Leanne Kreischer, and Susan Pinsky, all on. Christina P. has that Where My Mom's At, so it'll be a perfect little round table for.
Yeah, but I can't book myself on her show. That's not. You have to suggest it to them.
I will. Okay, so we're gonna wrap things. Doug Stanhope, April's comedian. Doug Stanhope wrote a. Is not. I've not read his latest book. It was the one before that I read. So. Oh, you're on Prozac. Oh, you didn't do well with Prozac. Yeah, I worry about serotonin withdrawal syndrome, and I worry about serotonin excess syndrome from these medications. So I was being very careful with that. Tom Wolfe is also good. Okay, let's wrap this thing up, and let's let me just see if the data's in yet from today. Real quick. No, it's not in. So okay.
Will you hand me blanks?
I'll hand you blanks. And in the meantime, we will see everybody tomorrow, Susan, or no?
Yeah.
Saturday?
Follow me on Instagram.
Maybe we'll figure it out.
Follow me on Instagram. We'll probably see you tomorrow. And we'll definitely see you on Monday, but probably tomorrow. Bye. It is officially winter, and even though we're all taking precautions, it is high cold and flu season. Staying hydrated properly is key to helping your body deal with all this stress, and nothing has worked better for myself, my family, my patients than Hydrolyte, the amazing rapid rehydration drink mix you've heard me talk about for quite some time. I've been obsessed with it. Also, in time for cold and flu season, they have their latest formulation, Hydrolyte Plus Immunity. It's become a huge favorite around this household. Hydrolyte Plus Immunity starts with their fast-absorbing electrolytes and a host of great ingredients. Each single serving, easy-to-pour drink mix contains 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, 300 of elderberry extract. They've created a great-tasting formula that's high in antioxidants and zinc. Remember, zinc's very important for the immune system. They've combined this with Hydrolyte's 7 key electrolytes, making this a fantastic way to stay properly hydrated. Hydrolyte Plus Immunity comes in convenient, easy-to-pour powder sticks that rapidly dissolve in water to make a great-tasting drink that has 75% less sugar than your typical sports drink. It uses all-natural flavors. It is gluten-free, dairy-free, caffeine-free, non-GMO, vegan. Hydrolyte Plus Immunity is also now available in ready-to-drink bottles at Walmart next to the pharmacy, or as always, you can find it by visiting hydrolyte.com/Dr. Drew. Again, hydralyte.com/DRDREW, and be sure to use the code Dr. Drew 25 at checkout for a special discount. Well, I too have struggled with GI issues over the years. I have something called Lynch syndrome, so gut health is extremely important to me. And while gut health awareness has increased, it's led to a wellness trend that's inspired a host of questionable marketing and some false claims. Now, you've seen the word probiotic attached to all kinds of supplements, drinks, even more. They may claim to deliver the healthy microorganisms our gut needs for proper function, but all too often the promises are in fact too good to be true. Thankfully, I became aware of a company called Seed and their flagship product, the Daily Synbiotic. Seed's Daily Synbiotic offers 24 clinically researched strains of microorganisms in a single dose. These strains support gut health and can improve regularity and relieve bloating, sometimes within as little as 24 to 48 hours. To me, what really sets Seed's Daily Synbiotic apart is the delivery system. While some products may offer the right strains, they're fragile, they rarely survive the trip through the gut, doesn't get where it needs to go, but Seed uses a capsule-in-capsule design that helps ensure the probiotic reaches your colon, which is where they often are needed. I've been taking Seed's Daily Synbiotic, and I really encourage you to check out their story and the science behind what they do. To try it for yourself, just go to seed.com/Dr. Drew. Use code Dr. Drew 20 for 15% off your first month of Daily Synbiotic. That is SEED.com/Dr. Drew. Use code Dr. Drew 20. This pandemic began, we were not sure how it spread. Everyone began wearing masks and using hand sanitizers. Great ways to slow the spread. But a lot of people still get sick. I can personally attest to that. We now know that COVID-19 spreads via aerosols and droplets from the nose and mouth. And I've been thinking about this for a while. Why aren't we also sanitizing the nose and mouth, killing the virus directly at the place where it spreads? Why weren't more doctors thinking about this? Well, some doctors have done the research. Wish I discovered it sooner. That's why I'm excited to tell you about Halidine. It's an FDA-registered antiseptic for the nose and mouth that's proven to eliminate 99.99% of the virus that causes COVID-19 in just 15 seconds. That's right. It's created by a team of clinicians with decades of experience in antiviral treatments, initially created to protect healthcare workers. These are smart scientists, and it's a great product that also eliminates many other viruses and infecting particles. I'm using both.